You know what sucks? Feeling overwhelmed sucks. Feeling overwhelmed for any reason, really. I'm coming down from feeling incredibly overwhelmed. I've been through a lot of transition as of the last couple days, from Puffy Bay all the way here to Portland, Oregon. This feeling of overwhelm has been overwhelming. I got here and I was so cozy with my ex, who I love, who's a good friend of mine, and her pup, Gracie, the Wonder Pup, also known as Boo Boo Bananas, Nutter Butter, Cronut, Haunches, You Better Not Touch My Culottes or Else Malone. And I was loving them. Julie put on Lionel Richie. We danced and jammed to Lionel Richie. We had a wonderful night. And then the next day, it's a 3-hour difference from Puffy Bay to here. I was tired, but I was happy to be here, and I was feeling funky. My body was feeling shaky. My whole experience of life felt like I was underwater or some other dimension. I was struggling. But I also was, going to make some stir fry for us for dinner tonight when she got home. And I was enjoying Gracie, even though every other moment I felt like, what is happening to me? Where am I? What am I? What's going on? It was very disorienting. I made the mistake of not eating. Don't make the mistake of not eating when your body is telling you to eat. I made that mistake. So not only was I sleep deprived and jet lagged and coming from isolation for 4 months, basically, and then I'm peopling, going on a plane, and I'm infectious, cautious, and so I was trying with my mask to deal with my anxiety around being, possibly exposed to anything. I don't care what it is anymore. I don't care if it's COVID or the flu or a cold. I don't want any of it. I haven't been sick in 3.5 years. I've had other health stuff with my chronic stuff, but I haven't had an infection in 3 years, and I want to keep it that way. So all this energy of keeping myself together as I traveled, right? Purposeful, calming myself in the face of all this. And I thought, okay, now I'm finally safe. Well, not eating tipped the scales. When she got home, I had to confess I can't make the stir fry. I had done some prep, but I can't make the stir fry. I don't know what I can do. I just threw some food together in a bowl, and I felt like crying. So I did. I sat in the other room while she was making the stir fry, and I cried and I ate. I just cried. And I shoved the food in my mouth because I knew all I needed was to get that food in my stomach and I would feel better. I don't know if I've ever experienced something like that, of sobbing and eating at the same time in that kind of way. Maybe some other ways, but not in that kind of way. It was pretty weird. And so I got down on the ground. I got down and low. I went into a bit of a fetal position. I just breathed. And you know what? She was so loving. She came and she pressed her body up on mine, kind of like a human weighted blanket. And I felt so relieved. And then I thought, okay, you just have to get it together through this day. You're going to get through this day, and you won't be so overwhelmed. You can do this thing. The thing about overwhelm is that it's hard to do anything because you're overwhelmed. It means your system is flooded with all sorts of hormones and energy and adrenaline and cortisol and just stress. It's just stress. And you don't have to have traveled from Puffy Bay to Minneapolis layover to Portland, Oregon, and have traveled under conditions of anxiety because of being infectious cautious. You don't have to have something more pronounced. You can get overwhelmed the simplest things, by reading an email that's off, by getting a look from a stranger that's off to you, not eating the right kind of foods for you, from all the incredible stresses of parenthood and of relationships and of life. We are living in a situation that is just overwhelming by nature. The humans, we're not designed really to be this stimulated constantly. Overwhelm is your body's way of trying to get you to pay attention and to slow it down, to really get back to the basics. What are the basics? You know the basics. The basics are sleep, eating, being connected, anything that allows you to have some more space. Because one of the things and features of overwhelm is that you feel very constricted. And then I felt better. I had some food in my stomach, and then she finished up the stir fry, and we ate that, and we watched some nonsense. And then we queued up a movie that I really wanted to see again, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. But midway through, my body again gave me a really powerful message of,
go to sleep now.
It was 8:30. it was 8:30. I didn't want to go to sleep at 8:30, and also I was trying to deal with this jet laggy thing. But I had understood from the earlier part of the day with the hunger that if I paid attention and I gave my body the nurturing that it needed, that it was asking from me, I was probably going to fare better. And so I did. I packed up the evening and I went to bed, and I was asleep by 8:30. The next day I woke up, I felt so much better. Still funky, still foggy, but much better. And now it's Monday. I arrived here on Thursday night, and I feel pretty much okay. And I think one of the reasons why I feel pretty much okay is because I tended to myself, to my body. I gave myself the attention, the time that I needed to help with the overwhelm. I think that's a really hard lesson that I'll keep on learning for the rest of my life, but it's a lesson that if I do remember it, I think I will experience a much easier time with transition and just with situations that are too much for me, right? Because it really is, the overwhelm is too much. Your system has experienced too much, and it needs to get a little quieter, simpler. When we listen to our bodies and we give our bodies the thing that they're asking for, the experience that they're asking for, demanding almost, right? We're probably going to be better off. In a world that doesn't really honor our bodies in any real way or honor us, that's a radical thing to do. Something so simple as eating when you're hungry and thinking about going to sleep when your body tells you you're tired. These simple things, I think, are incredibly powerful and profound. I invite you to find your ways to listen to your body, to listen to the wisdom that it has and wants the best for you. I really do believe our bodies are not our enemies. They're our incredibly good friends that want to work with everything, with us. And we have to listen. We have to listen to them.